Hi honeys, welcome back to another episode of Girl Do It For You. So, we are 30 days from the wedding. Oh my god, that's intense. So let me just tell you what happens within like the 30 days of the wedding timeline mark. So, well actually right now we're 25 days from the wedding, but this is just my little thoughts on being at that 30 to, you know, the countdown to the wedding basically. God, how many times can I say wedding in one sentence? Anyway. So just things that like I never realised until we got this close, because you know, like you sit there and you're like, oh yeah, I feel pretty well about this, everything's planned, everything's good to go, everything's in a timely manner, you know, like you feel pretty confident in your planning skills, I guess, and everything seemed well and good. And then I woke up on the 30-day mark and I had about 7 emails, and they were all very, very long. And I was off from work and Matthew was at work, and I remember reading the first one and just being like, no, I'm not doing this by myself. So I just left it until me and him had a day together. So we did it the other day, and I was just like, oh my god, like this isn't, it's intense, like the amount of stuff you have to do. Well, first of all, I was told that our cut-off for our head count was due 2 weeks before the wedding. Come to find out it's due 3 weeks before the wedding, so it's due like now, and I don't have a final head count, so now I'm like scrounging. So that, and then like everyone, we're doing a plated meal, so you have to make sure everyone's meal is in, everybody's side dish is in, all of the timing is correct. And I have 2 wedding coordinators, one is with my venue and one I paid outside of my venue, and you have to make sure that both timelines match like exactly. One is very detailed and one isn't, and my brain about fried on me today when I was trying to like do it. It's just, there's so much you don't realise. Like, we also had to fill out a, also for plated meal, sorry, while I'm still on that, you had to put, what's it called? Like, next to the person's name, because it's plated meal, so it's assigned seating, and you have to put next to their name a symbol for if they're having, we're doing chicken or salmon, so if they're having chicken or salmon, so I literally put a chicken or fish, because I was like, what else are you supposed to put? And I guess you can put whatever you want, but the lady gave me an example and she was like, you put a triangle for a chicken, and I was like, what? So I actually did a symbol of a chicken, a symbol of a fish, so yeah, but I sent those to her and I was like, that's fine. She's like, yeah, that's fine. I said, okay. You also have to do like the processional, like who's walking with who in what order, and the form she sent, you have to do it like backwards, and I was like, why? But like, actually, now that I'm sitting here, it all just like clicked in my head and now I get it. Wow. This I sat today for 2 hours trying to figure out how she wanted me to do this ceremony processional, and now that I've just sat here and said out loud, I'm like, oh no, that makes complete sense. I know what she wants. Anyways, sometimes you just need to talk your feelings or talk your thoughts. So I guess I can complete that tomorrow afternoon. But anyways, so I filled that out. Then also I had a timeline questionnaire for a photographer, which kind of made sense, but it was like, oh, if you have any specific photos that you want, link them. And I was like, oh, she's organised. I love that, but I wasn't prepared for all of that. And then I had to schedule a call with her. So I have a call with her next week, because this week is just like hectic for us. Our lives went from very calm, it seemed like we had a lot to do, but we really didn't. We had a lot of downtime as well, to now every single day I have something, whether it's wedding related or just something that has to be done because of the wedding. So there is wedding related. Like today I had to make sure I got the podcast done, because I have no other free time this week before the podcast would be released, because like I have a meeting tomorrow night, then the next night I have to go pick up my wedding dress, then the next night I have to go to my parents' house to get Matthew fitted for his suit because it's up there and he got a new shirt, and then the podcast is supposed to come out that next morning, and then that night I have a free night, like a little chill night, and then it's back into craziness, and it's just like, okay, and then it's Thanksgiving week, so like that, yeah, there's just a lot, but it's okay. So we had to do the timeline questionnaire for a photographer, which that wasn't too bad, and then I had to do a questionnaires for everybody. Every vendor you hire is going to give you a questionnaire, and they're going to be different. They're going to be what you didn't even think you had to choose. But what I didn't know about weddings is you literally pick out every single detail, down to you wouldn't even think about like what has to be picked for a wedding, like stuff that you're like, oh, it probably just comes like that, or that's just standard. No, you pick that, like the fold of your napkin, the way your linen lays, the way the silver sits, how many seats at a table, that seems like normal stuff, right? Maybe not, I don't know. But then I get to the officiant questionnaire, and there's like 5 options on how you want the person giving you away to give you away. I thought it was a standard, like, here you go, have fun, she's yours, sayonara. No, no, no. You can say the standard, who gives this bride to be, loving, whatever it is. You can do a silent exchange where they basically just boot you to the curb. You can have everybody, like your parents and grandparents, all stand up and give you away. Which, what? You can have... there's just so many different ways. I ended up calling my dad and I was like, what do you want to do? Because I literally don't care. What? And he's like, can I just like silent exchange? I'll say a little thing to you and Matthew privately and like that'll be it. And I'm like, okay, cool, because I thought it was just, this is what you do and this is what you do. So there was that. And then there's also like, do you want to sign your marriage license before the ceremony? Like, I thought you signed it during the ceremony, because when you said your vows, that's you. You can sign it before, you can sign it after, you can sign it the next day, you can sign it in day pick. I thought it just, like, there's just so many things. And then also you have to get your marriage license, you have to apply for it, and we're getting married out of state, so we had to apply for it online. And the county we're getting married in, or they don't answer the phone. If you've got questions, good luck. Like, they don't answer. So we applied for it, which was great. We're out-of-state residents, so it was really difficult to try and figure everything out. Not being born in this country was a little difficult, because it's like state and city you were born, and I'm like, not anywhere in the US. But we got it. But it's just like, so much. So went through all of that. And then also, like, for the officiant, it's like, is it you doing private vows, all of that stuff? Do you want to say the repeat after me, or do you just want to say I do? I was like, that's an option? Like, I thought this was all just, so you literally pick out every single tiny little detail that you probably haven't even thought about if you've never had a wedding. I did not know you picked out every single tiny little detail. I could pick how long I wanted to be. The options were 5 to 6 minutes, which I thought was hilarious. 10 to 15 minutes or 15 to 20 minutes. I did the 10 to 15 minutes because it's going to be outside in Michigan in December. We are in and out, people. In and out. Say you love me, I'll say I love you back, and let's get to two-stepping, sis. Like, we're done. So, breather. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. When you say your vows, do you want everybody to take vows? Do you want your grandparents to renew their vows? Like, whose wedding is it? It was just so many different things that I've just never thought of before, and I'm like, oh, good lord. Then you need a song for your, because then we had to do a DJ questionnaire. It was like 7 pages long for the DJ, because I have to pick out all the music. Now, granted, you don't have to pick out like every single song, but you can make like a spreadsheet if there's specific songs that you've always like, this has to be played at my wedding. You can have them, which is nice. But so we had to do that, and then you have to do songs that you never want to have played at your wedding, which there's some Taylor Swift on there because I'm not a Swiftie. Sorry if I get hate for that, but yeah. And then like an exit song, your first dance, the mother-son first dance, father-daughter first dance, if you want the cha-cha slide, if you want the wobble, if you want the, I don't even know, like, there was just, it was intense. And then you had to put like, what the bridal party walking into, what the bridal party walking down the aisle to, what is the bride walking down the aisle to, what is the flower boy walking down the aisle to, what time is dad and daughter coming out at. It was just, so much, so quickly. So needless to say, those all got done over the space of a week and all turned in. There's still one that's not turned in yet because it just clicked in my head on the ceremony part. So it's just crazy. We are at the 25-day mark, and it gets real. And of course, we're at the 25-day mark at the holidays. So I don't know if that makes that better or worse, but it is a lot of stress because there's holidays happening, and like I have to pick up my wedding dress, and also we still have to have meetings with all of these people that we turned in questionnaires from. We've then scheduled meetings, and I've scheduled a couple of them, but a lot of them are reaching out to me, and they're like, hey, do you want to have a meeting the week of your wedding? Maybe like that Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm getting married on the Friday. And I'm like, no. They're like, well, that's how we like to do it. And I'm like, that's great, dandy, fine, love that for you. But I am driving from Florida to Michigan, and I'm leaving Monday night into Tuesday morning, so I am not available to take a meeting for my wedding that week. Like, we're done. Like, you better have this shit scheduled the week after Thanksgiving. Let's get it done. Let's get out of the way. And then we will be on a roll. Because it is like 3 weeks until I leave. And that is ridiculous. Ridiculous. But there's just so much. So much. Oh, when I went to get my dress fitted, I almost forgot the bustle. She like did it all in. It needed some boob padding because I bet take me over here. But she's like, I went to take it off, and she's like, do you want a bustle? And I was like, yeah, that would be handy to have. So like if I just go into like a shell of a person and decide to be a hermit crab and no one sees or hears from me for the next 25 days, don't be worried. There's a lot happening over here. There is a lot going on. People are starting to act up. People are starting to just be, ridiculous, and they're coming out with things. People aren't answering. People are just showing their true colors. And like I've said a million times, get married, attend a funeral, anything like that, and you really see who's there, and you really see who cares and who's not. And people are starting to show, and it's just like now, this close to the wedding? Okay, that's fantastic. Love that for us. But it is what it is. We're going to have a great day regardless. We are renting a minivan to drive up there, riding in style, of course. But it's like a 20-hour drive-ish. Probably more, obviously. We're not going to do it straight through because we just can't. We're going to try and only take 2 days because we have to be in the county, in the morning to get the marriage license. And then, I have a spray tan appointment. And, the week of our wedding is hectic. It's already hectic enough this week. Next week's Thanksgiving, so it's a little hectic at the beginning of the week. And the week after that, there's just meetings and meetings and meetings. And the week after that, we leave. But, that Monday, I have an eyebrow appointment. Then I have a hair appointment. Or, no, a nail appointment. Matthew has a hair appointment. Then we leave. And then, we get up there. We have to go to our appointment for our marriage license. Then I have to go get a spray tan appointment. And then everyone flies in. So then we're going to all chill together. And the next day is, rehearsal. And then, the next day is the wedding. And it's just, go, 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 go. And as much as I am so excited to see everybody and be with everybody and then get married to the love of my life, I'm just when is the planning going to be over? I swear the Wednesday when we get to the venue and my spray tan is marinating and I am just in my sweatpants, get me the strongest drink and pop me on a couch somewhere and leave me alone to soak in my own filth, basically, because I can't wait for that part, because the planning process and the stress and just the deadlines, and also that you've got the deadlines of the wedding and all these questionnaires, plus I'm trying to work a full-time job, plus I'm trying to podcast, which yes, I did this to myself, but it is insane. I had my kiddos over last Saturday and we DIY'd for 5 hours because I'm kiddos, we don't have time for this. I have shit that needs done. I have signs that need made. I have shit that needs done. You guys need to come over and help. And they did. They came over, they did it, but I still have more stuff that needs done that just we didn't need a lot of the manpower for, so it's fine. It's just stuff me and Matthew are gonna have to do after work and stuff like that, but there's still so much to be done. There's signs, there's glasses, there's just a million things, but it's okay because everything's gonna work out, everything's gonna be fantastic, and it's all gonna be worth it in the end because there's gonna be a beautiful wedding at the end of it. We're having a very small, intimate wedding. Not very small, but it's not a big wedding by any means. Maybe 40, 50 people, not that big at all. But I prefer that it's all immediate family. And that's really it, immediate family and friends. And it's going to be amazing. We have people coming all the way in from Scotland. And I am so excited to see all of my family in one room again. And just have everybody with me. And I also, usually I'm not a procrastinator. I have a very type A personality and I get everything done within a deadline and I make sure we're ordered and we're in advance and yada yada yada. Let me know how I forgot to order my rehearsal dinner dress that I have been dying to get for so long because I dreaming of this dress. It is absolutely beautiful and stunning. Order it a week ago because I forgot and I had to measure myself, had to size up. I was I'm gonna have to take it to a tailor and get it fixed. Yeah, now it's delayed and it's supposed to arrive when I'm driving up to Michigan. So, had a little cry, had a little panic attack about that. Ordered a new one today from a different website that will be here in 3 days. So, that was fine. We had to size down on that website. So, we're just going to hope that one fits. I'm going to have to buy some Spanx or some Skims to get into it. But I'll get into it because I can't not have a rehearsal dinner dress that is, not stunning. Then I went to try my wedding dress on when I went and got it fitted, and it didn't fit. So that was exciting. Just, I got too fat, but it's fine. All of the stressors that were just like unnecessary, and they just all happened on the same day, and then people started being people and just being lovely little darlings, and it's just like, I don't need this stress right now. Like, thanks. But everything's gonna be okay, and it's just like I keep telling myself, it's all gonna be worth it in the end. I'm gonna look back and I'm gonna think, Ashley, the reason you were stressed about that is because there was a million other things going on in your life. You're fine, it was worth it, and everything's gonna be fantastic. But boy, that 30-day countdown has hit like a truck, and it is, and I cannot believe we're already at 5 days after that. We're already at 25 days. 25 days until I am married? No, absolutely not. No. And everyone keeps asking, are you excited? Are you this, that, and the other? And honestly, I'm not super excited yet, and I don't want that to be taken in a bad way. I think it is because there's so much going on right now. I can't actually be excited because I'm focused on a million other things. Like, I'm focused on this questionnaire, then I have a meeting to focus on, then I have all these answers for somebody that I need to give them on the meeting, and the questionnaires that need to be filled out, and the timelines that have to be scheduled, and I still owe some people some money, and my hair girl, I still have to get with her, and people have now like came out of the bridal party, and so I have to cancel some things, and it's just like, those all happen later. Those all happen like the week of the wedding. So like that's a stressor enough. And I'm just like, okay. All right. That's dandy. So yeah. 25 days. I feel like we were just at a year. And it was like, damn, that we've been engaged 2.5 years pretty much. And it has flown by. Like, I mean, not really, because we enjoyed our engagement, and everyone told us it was going to fly by and it was going to be here before you know it. And I mean, they're right, but like I did enjoy being engaged for that long. I think I would always have done it like that because I did need the time to plan. Honestly, I don't know how people do it any quicker, unless money's not an option and you can just hire somebody, really. You just tell them your vision. But 25 days, it's a little ridiculous. I made a post on Instagram for 30 days, and Matthew was joking because he's like, I remember when I made the post for it being 500 days, and I was like, yeah. And now we're at 25. And the fact that we're about to be in like a single digit countdown this month is a little terrifying, but I'm excited about the whole getting up there, being with everybody, and I really think it will hit me once I'm like there and we have everything is settled, like we have everything's ready to go. I think that's when it will really hit me. Probably that Wednesday, once I'm like marinating in my tan, got my marriage license, and have a drink in my hand. I think it will all start to just feel like, wow, this is happening, kind of thing. My best friend back home every day is sending me a little countdown. It's so cute. She's like, T-minus this many days, and I'm like, because they're flying over from Scotland. So for her, it's T-minus 25 till the wedding, but for her it's like T-minus 23 until she leaves. And she keeps sending me things, and I'm just like, oh dear God, I am freaking out, but this is so amazing and I'm so excited. But it's just crazy. I'm gonna be a whole wife in 25 days. A wife. I'm gonna have a husband. It's my husband. I'm annoying, I know, it's fine. I hate me too, guys. But it's just all the things that you didn't think about, because I mean, if you've never thrown a wedding, listen to me, if you've never had a wedding, you don't know all that goes into it. And honestly, I can't even believe like I was invited to certain weddings, because like you really thought of me. Like, I feel special because this is so much work, and I'm just so excited to see everybody. But I guess we'll chit chat again next week and see how we feel, because we'll be at like 20 days, if not less than that. Oof, that's a lot, but it'll be great. It's gonna be amazing. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know 30-day countdown is on. We're at day 25. When this is posted, we'll be at day 21. I'm recording it a little early. Insane. But anyways, as always, honeys, I love you, and I will see you next Friday. Bye, honeys.